Hello class, I'm Esteban and in this video we are going to focus on Dadaism and in the fountain. First of all, what is Dadaism? Dadaism is an artistic and cultural movement that emerged in Switzerland in 1916, which brought together exponents of different artistic genres, such as painting, literature, or sculpture. It was proposed by Hugo Boll, writer of the first Dadaist text, later joined by the Romanian Tristan Tzara, who would become the emblem of Dadaism. The origin of his name. The choice of the name Dada has no specific meaning. The founders of the movement chose a random name in the dictionary, representing a non-rational and casual act, which were some of the main characteristics of the movement. The very name of the movement derives from a French infantile term, Dada. This word refers to a toy such as a wooden horse. Here, the lack of meaning and the break with the traditional of this movement is observed. Where and why it appeared. This movement arose in a cafe in Zurich in 1916. In this place, the singers would introduce themselves and they were allowed to recite poems. After the First World War began, that city ended up becoming a haven for people from all over Europe. People from various schools such as French Cubism, German Expressionism, and Italian Futurism gathered there. In this way, it is possible to observe that this was not a rebellious movement against a previous school, but a movement that began to question the concept of art before the First World War. This movement arose with the intention of destroying all established systems and codes in the art world. It is possible to affirm that this was an anti-poetic and anti-artistic movement, since it questioned the arts. A few years after its emergence, the movement spread, reaching the cities of Barcelona, Berlin, Cologne, New York, and Paris. Dadaism in literature, painting, and sculpture. In literature, poetry was illogical and difficult to understand, since it was based on a succession of words or sounds, often meaningless. It took an attitude of mockery and humor against bourgeois society. And the same thing happened in painting. They were collages made with discarded objects and garbage. What the artist was looking for was a reaction and to leave others perplexed. And in sculpture, the figures made from the sculpture characterized by their actions and form are intended to make fun of their usefulness, highlighting humor as well as turning the objective they had within society into irony. The characteristics. They were looking for the break with traditional and classic models, avant-garde and protest spirit, spontaneity, improvisation and artistic irreverence, anarchism and nihilism, search for chaos and disorder, illogical and irrational content, ironic, radical, destructive, aggressive and pessimistic character, aversion to war and bourgeois values, rejection of nationalism and materialism, and the criticism of consumerism and capitalism. Authors and works. Some of the most outstanding works of this movement are these. The first picture is the Meeresbau of Kurt Schwitters. The second one is the shared front and fork of Jan Arp. The third is the famous fountain of Marcel Duchamp, and the image below is called Tears of Man Ray. The most outstanding work of Dadaism is the fountain of Marcel Duchamp. The artist purchased a white porcelain urinal, titled Fountain, signed it under the pseudonym Armut, and sent it to the Society of Independent Artists to be included in their annual exhibition. Obviously, it was rejected, although anyone who paid $6 had the right to exhibit, but the judges did not accept it. Among the judges was Marcel Duchamp himself. What began as a simple joke for the Dadaists ended up being the first work of conceptual art. The truth is that Duchamp explained it very clearly. I threw a urinal at their heads as a provocation, and now it turns out that they admire it as aesthetic beauty. Aesthetics was the least of it. Duchamp wanted to convey something as noble and serious as an idea, probably an insult to the international artistic community. But it turns out that in 2004 this fountain was voted the most influential work of art of the 20th century. And this is my video and thanks for watching.